We are back right after Game 1 of the NBA Finals, Warriors-Celtics. What a game. This was exactly what I was hoping for that we would get in an NBA Finals game after such a pretty disappointing playoffs. This was fantastic. Boston storms ahead with a 17-0 run to end the game. They beat the Warriors 40-16 in the fourth quarter. After pretty much the first three quarters, you could see the Warriors having an edge. After halftime, Boston was winning, but you're like, you know what, Warriors, they got the crowd going. But man, oh man, they just took off. And the funny thing, you saw the depth of the Celtics because Jason Tatum was horrendous. He was shooting the ball. He was 3 of 17 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, only 12 points. He had 13 assists, so he made up for it in other ways. But scoring the ball, he was nowhere to be found. I forgot he was on the floor sometimes. Jaylen Brown most of the game was their guy. He was making these top of the free throw line jumpers that were just automatic. He gave you a bucket, but in the fourth quarter, the Warriors got beat by I almost said Derrick Rose, Derek White, and Al Horford. They just took over. Al Horford was hitting every shot, man. You just can't help but thinking how he absolutely scammed the Sixers, taking that huge contract and playing like absolute garbage. And here he is in the finals. How much points did he have tonight? He had 26 points. He was 6 of 8 from 3. Man, I could go on, but I will refrain from getting all upset right now. So yeah, let's just talk about it. So it was exactly what you want in a playoff game. Back and forth scoring for most of the night. And it wasn't like a 3-point. There was a lot of threes, but it didn't seem like it was like a dribble up, shoot three. No, there was movement. There was good defense. There was good defensive plays. There was good passing. People were knocking down shots. Marcus Smart was playing like a sniper early on. He hit 4 of 7 threes. He was playing great. Just everyone contributing on Boston. And then if you look on the Golden State side, they played well. They have players that played well. I guess you could ask a little more for some guys. But, Curry had 34. Andrew Wiggins had 20. Klay Thompson had 15. He contributed. Kevon Looney was a monster on the boards. Which, it doesn't say, heavily in the numbers, because he had 9 rebounds. But, that man, he will get you second chance points. He's been valuable that way. And he didn't play a lot early in the playoffs. But, man, he's been a revelation for them in getting second chance buckets and stuff. So he was good tonight. I wasn't expecting a ton of minutes from Iggy tonight. But Iggy played... He was on the floor a lot. He had 12 minutes, but I felt like he was on the floor a lot. He was getting good minutes. He had 7 points. I mean, he was just a defensive presence there. He wasn't fantastic, but he was good enough. Otto Porter was making some shots. Everyone was making shots. It just came down to that fourth quarter where Boston just took off, and Golden State, they couldn't buy a bucket. They couldn't. That Boston defense is so good. It's insane. The way that they were just turning away attempts in the inside. Curry had chances to come in and really make a presence inside the paint, get to the cup, but just the presence and the intimidation of their paint defense alone kind of like pushed that out, and you force them to shoot, and they made shots, but like they were blocking Curry shots. They made him miss 7 threes, which he shot efficiently, but 12 of 25, he shot all right, but like just force them to shoot, and you know what, you live with forcing them to shoot maybe not the best attempts that they could be taking. And that's what they did. That's really what they did. Um yeah, I talked about surprise. I was surprised that Iggy was playing. I'm surprised that Gary Payton didn't get minutes because I heard he was cleared, but he just didn't get minutes, and he's a defensive presence for them. So it'll be interesting to see if he's used in this series or how he's used. Because you think you want to get him in. Um, Jordan Poole, he's so hot and cold, man. And right now he's kind of cold. He had 9 points tonight. You just need more from Poole, man. Like when earlier in the playoffs we were talking about a death lineup with Jordan Poole and Klay Thompson, Steph, and he's just for the last two series it's just not been as much Poole. And if Warriors really want to come, I shouldn't say come back. It's only been one game. But if they really want to like establish themselves, you need Poole to come off your bench and just be that scoring force, get some buckets. Because like when they needed buckets, they could not get buckets. Curry had a 21-point first quarter, and then I think it was the first quarter he had 21 points. And then it was kind of like he came back alive in the third quarter, but it was just like a lot slower. So that's when you need Jordan Poole. It's the way they have it. Steph comes out, Poole comes in. You shouldn't see that much of a drop. I mean, they're obviously no one's Curry, but like when you have a scorer like Poole, you need him, especially in a stage like this. You need him to establish himself scoring wise. So they really need more from him if they want to take back, especially take back home court. But yeah, shout out to the Celtics, man. It makes me sick, but shout out to them because they were the late game heroics from the guys you wouldn't expect. That's what makes finals good. That's what makes it good basketball. The people that step up when you have Tatum not playing his best. You know, that's what you need. That's why depth takes you to championships, because you have guys that can go off like that. Derek White has been like up and down for them ever since he came over in the trade, but today was a big moment for him. Big moment for him. He was that one move. He exposed Curry on that. It was in the fourth quarter. He had him in the right of the key, and he did a little move on him. He was deep, and Curry was on him, but then he took a moment of air and just shot over him and sank that from deep. And I was like, man, that's different. That is different. I would not expect Derek White to hit that shot normally. I would live with that shot if I'm the Warriors. Not saying he's a bad shooter at all. It's just those are shots that like Tatum makes, that Steph Curry makes, But it was bold, and it was exactly when they needed it. So this is kind of what I expected coming into this game. To see the depth of the Celtics and to see their defense. Curry had 34, but he had to work for those 34 for most of it. The first 21 were easy, of course, but they really clamped back down and said, you know what? We can't let this guy kill us. All right? And that's what they did. They're so deep, especially defensively. So yeah, game two, I kind of said what the Warriors need to do. Poole needs to be more of an impact. Um, it'll be interesting to see what if they put Peyton in or any of the other younger guys like Kuminga. See what they do to, because I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how Andre plays. Um, but I don't know. Maybe he's just like a playoff guy, but he's been hurt a while. You might want like young, fresh legs in there, so you get Kuminga in there. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what they do there. Curry just needs to keep being Curry, I guess. Um, Clay, if Clay really heats up, then they can start building momentum. Clay and Poole need to heat up more, basically. Also, shout out to Andrew Wiggins. He's amazing. He's so good. Defensively, offensively. Just making shots when he needs them. Really getting in the face of the shooters. And he fits so well with these guys. And he's going to be key if they are to pull off the series. So yeah, that's gonna be all for the game one recap. Let me know what you think. Let me know if your predictions have changed at all from game one. Yeah, hey, if this is anything, a glimpse of what the whole series is gonna be like, we are in for a good one. So I'm looking forward to it. All right, peace out, y'all.